Hello students, today we will going to learn important structure, that is hexagonal closed pack structure, or it is called as hexagonal HCP structure. HCP structure. Now what is the HCP structure? So in order to see the HCP structure, the first of all consider the identical spheres or the same spheres or the spheres having the equal radius, and we have to arrange this sphere on a plane. The only manner in which this can be arranged is shown in this figure here. This is the spheres which are arranged in a plane. It is said that the each sphere touching other six in its own plane. Suppose this, consider these are the six spheres touching. So you have to consider any sphere. This sphere is touching other six in its own plane, and therefore such a layer is known as hexagonal. Why it is called as hexagonal? Because in that layer every sphere touching other six in its own plane, and that's why it is called as the hexagonal closed packed layer, or it is also called as the basal plane. It is called as what here? The basal plane. Now suppose let us consider the next layer on the top of the basal plane or the hexagonal packed layer. So we have to consider the next layer on this top of the first layer is arranged in such a way that the every sphere touching other six in its own plane. Such a layer is known as hexagonal packed layer. And we have to consider now, let us consider the arrangement of the next layer on the top of the basal plane. It is seen that here there are two kinds of the points in the basal plane. One kind is labeled as B here by means of the blue color here. These are the P positions and these are the C positions. So there are two kinds of the whites. One is labeled as B while other is labeled as C here. So these are the B positions or the B whites. These are the C whites. Here is nothing but C whites. The upper one is nothing but here the B whites, and so on. So as there are two kinds of the whites in such a structure, we can arrange the next layer on the top of the basal plane. There are two ways, or as there are two kinds of the whites present in this structure, there are two ways of arranging the next layer on the top of the basal plane. So the first arrangement is here. If the arrangement is A, B and then C, as well as then repeat this A arrangement, the B then C, and so on here, and the other possibility is nothing but here the arrangement is A then B then A then B and so on here. If the arrangement is ABC, then the structure form is known as the FCC structure, face centered cubic structure. While if the arrangement is like this, then it is called as here the hexagonal closed packed structure. So from this here, it is seen that if the arrangement is ABC, first A layer, then B layer, then C layer, again A layer, B layer, C layer, and continuously, then the structure is called as the FCC. While if the arrangement is like this, A, B, and so on, there is not the sphere is not on the C white, then it is called as, the arrangement is called as hexagonal closed packed structure. So in that hexagonal closed packed structure, we will consider the conventional unit cell in such a way that here we will consider the conventional unit cell here like this. If suppose this is the we have considered the one side from this to this, then we will consider this side here, then we will consider this here, then this, then this, and then this. So we are getting here the six faces like this, and this is sphere touching other six. In this we will consider the one, that is this layer. So this is suppose the A layer we have considered in order to build the conventional unit cell in the structure. This is the basal side, or you are getting like this. This is the one sphere or the atom which is surrounded by the six other atoms. This position is nothing but B position. This is B position because in this structure here there are three whites. Here is nothing but one white, B position. Here is nothing but B position. Here is nothing but B position. In this structure we are getting three whites. So there are again three sphere in its B position, which forms the triangle. Here the triangle will be formed like this here, and it is given as this triangle, that is B position. Again upper side you are getting A position, so you are getting A position, then you are getting B position, then you are getting A position. So the arrangement is AB, 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 on which we have considered this conventional unit cell in the structure, and it is shown in this figure. Figure B gives the conventional unit cell of the SCP. Once you are getting the conventional unit cell of the SCP, the whole crystal structure can be drawn by the repetition of that unit cell. Again, it is seen that in the conventional unit cell is divided into three primitive unit cells again. So one is shaded by the shaded by this region, this particularly, and it is called as primitive unit cell, and whole unit cell is known as conventional unit cell. In case of the conventional unit cell, you are getting this is one, you are getting this is the second, and remaining is nothing but third. So the conventional unit cell is again divided into three unit cells, and it consists of three unit cells, and this small portion or this small cell is known as the shaded region is known as the primitive unit cell. So this is regarding here the primitive unit cell or the conventional unit cell of the SCP structure. Now we have to determine as usual the parameters. All their parameters: total number of atoms per unit cell, coordination number, relation between lattice constant and radius of the atom, and atomic factor. So the first is nothing but here the total number of atoms. Total number of atoms per cell. Number of atoms per cell. Atoms per cell, per unit cell, or the conventional unit cell. Conventional unit cell here. So in order to determine the total number of atoms in the unit cell, the corners are, all the corners are occupied by the atoms here. In addition to the corner atoms, there are extra atoms exactly located at the middle layer, that is B position, forms here three atoms forms the triangle in the B position. There are extra these atoms, and in addition to this also there are extra atoms exactly located at the top as well as the bottom of the unit cell here. So we have to consider the contribution of all these atoms to the cell, so gives rise to total number of atoms per unit cell. The first of all, the corner atom, contribution of the corner atom. So remember that this corner atom in the unit structure is shared by 6 neighboring unit cells. 6 neighboring unit cells. So the contribution of the corner atom per unit cell is 1 by 6. Why? It is because it is 6. This is the one cell itself. So you are getting this side one cell, this side one cell, and it itself so gives rise to 3 cells. And again 3 unit cells surrounded by. So this corner atom is shared by 6 neighboring unit cells, and therefore the contribution of the corner atom per unit cell is 1 by 6. So total number of atoms, this will be equal to here contribution of corner atoms, that is per atom is 1 by 6. There are 12 corners. Upper this is 6 and below this is 6. There are 12 corners. So contribution of all 12 corner atoms per unit cell is here the 12 into 6 into 1 by 6 plus again there are B positions. These B positions form the triangle in the middle layer, that is the B layer here, and the contribution of all these corner atom triangle B position atom is complete. That is contribution of all these 3 atoms we have to count. So this is nothing but 3 B position atoms. A corner contribution of corner atom here. This is the contribution due to the middle B position atom. B position atoms here, the B position atoms, and plus here again there are extra atoms exactly located at the top and bottom of the unit cell, and definitely it is shared by this top or the bottom is shared by the 2 neighboring unit cells, and therefore the contribution of this top or the bottom atom is half. There are 2 such atoms, so 2 into half. So this will be equal to here the 2 plus 3 plus again 1. So you are getting 6 atoms. So total 6 atoms per unit cell. 6 atoms per cell here. 6 atoms per conventional unit cell. So in case of the SCP crystal structure, the contribution of all the corner atoms per conventional unit cell is 6 atoms per conventional unit cell. Again, this conventional unit cells is divided into 3 primitive unit cells. So the contribution of primitive unit cell per unit cell is here. You are getting 6 divided by 3, that is equal to 2 atoms. 2 atoms per unit cell. Per primitive unit cell. Per primitive unit cell. Primitive unit cell, and this is what here? The conventional unit cell. Conventional cell. Conventional unit cell, you are getting 6 atoms per cell, while 6 divided by 3, because all conventional unit cells is divided into again 3 primitive unit cells, and therefore the one primitive unit cell has the 6 by 3 is equal to 2 atoms per primitive unit cell. So this is regarding the total number of atoms the per unit cell. Now we have to determine relation between A and relation between lattice constant. Relation between lattice constant, that is A, and the radius of the atom. There are particularly again lattice constant. This structure is formed A is equal to B. A is equal to B, and it is not equal to C here. So we will consider this is A, and C is nothing but height. So these are the 3 lattice parameters of this. We will not consider this, only A and R. In actual crystal structure, all these atoms are contacting along this face, along this length here. All these atoms are contacting. So if R is the radius of the atom, then this is nothing but what here A, and these are. So from this it is seen that here we definitely lattice constant A is equal to 2R. We are getting A is equal to 2R. Lattice constant A relation, that is equal to 2R. The third factor, that is the coordination number. Third factor is nothing but here the coordination number. Coordination number we are getting. So what is the coordination number? In a given structure, we have to consider some reference atom, and we have to coordination number gives the total number of equidistant atoms with respect to some reference atoms in the given structure. So if suppose here the top or the bottom atom is considered as a reference atom, if we consider this top atom as a reference atom, then it is surrounded by what here? The 6 atoms here. It is surrounded by the 6 atoms here. So these are the equidistant atom here. This is 6 corner atoms. 6 corner atoms are the nearest neighbors. These are the 6 corner atoms. In addition to these 6 corner atoms, this top or the bottom atom contacting with these 3 atoms in the B positions. The 3 atoms in this lower position, 3 atoms, 3 B position atoms, 3 B position atoms, 3 B position atoms in lower layer, and 3 positions in the upper level. So plus 3 B position atoms in the upper level. I will see you only here. So as far as the top or the bottom atom, this top atom is taken as the reference atom here. Then there are 6 corner atoms as its neighbors. Similarly, there are 3 B positions in the lower level or the lower plane, and the 3 B position atoms in the upper level. So you are getting 6 plus 3 plus 3, that is 12. So there are coordination of the structure is nothing but the 12. And the fourth one is nothing but here. The fourth one is nothing but C by A ratio. In addition to, we have to see this, the definition C by A ratio. The ratio of hexagonal height of the hexagonal side, hexagonal unit cell to the basal side. So this is the basal side, this is nothing but A, or this is the basal side, this is nothing but A. This C divided by what A is known as C by A ratio. The ratio of the height of the hexagonal unit cell to the basal side, that is A, is known as C by A ratio. It is found that this C by A ratio is found to be constant. C by A ratio is found to be constant for all compounds or the metals having the SCP structure. For you have to take the 10 compounds, different compounds having the SCP structure, then the size of the conventional and the primitive unit cells are the different, but if we can take the ratio height to the basal side, it found to be is equal to constant and it is equal to 1.63. It is found that it is equal to what here? The 1.63. Now this is regarding what here? The four parameters of this. Now we have to calculate the atomic packing factor. So now in order to calculate the atomic packing factor, the definition is that atomic packing factor is the ratio of volume of atoms per unit cell to the volume of unit cell itself. So first of all we will calculate here the volume of unit cell. So last factor, that is fifth factor, atomic packing factor. So determine it is volume of atoms per unit cell. Volume of atoms per unit cell or the per primitive unit cell divided by the volume of unit cell. Volume of the unit cell. Volume of unit cell itself. Volume of unit cell. So first of all we will determine volume of unit cell. First of all we will determine the volume of unit cell. Volume of unit cell. In order to determine this here, consider the primitive unit cell shaded by this. The conventional unit cell, as we have seen the earlier, it is divided into three equal unit cells. One is known as the primitive unit cell as given by here. So consider this is the base here. The area of base here, the volume of unit cell is equal to area of base here. The area of base into height. Into what here? The hexagonal height. Into hexagonal height. This height, particularly this is C and area of this. In order to calculate this area, this base is divided into the two triangles, equal triangles here. So like this we can draw, this is the base here and it is divided into two triangles here. This side is A, this side is A again, and definitely this angle is 60 degree. This angle is nothing but 60 degree. So draw the perpendicular from this into this. So we are getting here the height of the triangle and this height will be A, it is equal to A sine of 60 degree. This height is nothing but A sine of 60 degree we are getting here. So in order to see the volume of the unit cells, the area of this portion into the height, this area is nothing but the area of two triangles. This is equal to area of two triangles. Area of two triangles into height. Into height means that is C. Into height means this is the C. So this will be equal to here. The area of two triangles means 2 into area of one triangle. Area of one triangle here. So area of one triangle, area of two triangles, this triangle and this triangle, area of one triangle, these are identical. So the area of two triangles 2 into the area of one triangle. Area of one triangle is always equal to half into base into height. Base into height. Height of triangle. Height into C as usual. So this will be equal to 2 get cancels. Base side is nothing but A here and the height is nothing but here. The height of the triangle is nothing but A sine 60 degree. This is the A sine 60 degree. This is A sine, you are getting 60 degree into C. So this comes out to be equal to A square. Here is nothing but A square into the value of sine 60 is equal to 6 square root 3 divided by 2 here into C. Again this can be converted into multiplying by A cube into square root of 3 divided by 2 into C divided by E. We are getting. So A multiply and divide, you are getting like this value. So this will be equal to E is nothing but 2R. We are knowing the relation between A is always equal to 2R because all the corners are occupied by the atoms, and this is like this. You are getting this is A, R is radius. You are getting 2R. So the as A is equal to 2R. And again we are knowing C by A ratio is constant, that is 1.63 here. So put here we are getting A cube means here you are getting 8R cube. 8R cube here into square root of 3 divided by 2 into 1.63. 1.63. So this will be equal to here 4R cube. 4R cube square root of 3 into 1.63 into 1 point here the 63. So this is the volume of the unit cell. Now we have to calculate volume of the atoms per unit cell. So this will be equal to, again we are getting this is the volume of unit cell. So we are getting this is the volume of primitive unit cell. So we are getting like this. Now we have to calculate the atomic packing factor. So to calculate the atomic packing factor here, we know that it is the ratio of volume of atoms per unit cell divided by volume of unit cell. So this will be equal to, so last time we have seen for the conventional unit cell there are 6 atoms. 6 atoms per unit cell. Atoms per conventional unit cell. Conventional unit cell here, and it consists of such a 3 primitive unit cells. So 6 divided by 3 gives rise to, it is equal to 2 atoms per primitive unit cell. So we will not consider the total conventional unit cell in this case to determine the atomic packing factor. We will only consider the primitive unit cell. So there are 2 atoms per primitive unit cell. Primitive unit cell. This is because the conventional unit cell consists of 3 primitive unit cells. One here is nothing but 2, and here is nothing but 3. This is second one, and this is third one. So there are 6 atoms conventional unit cell divided by 3. You are getting 2 atoms per unit cell. So the volume of 2 atoms per primitive unit cell. So 2 into the volume of the one, that is 4 by 3 pi r cube. The volume of one atom, pi r cube. R is radius. There are 2 atoms. So you are getting the volume of the atoms per unit cell divided by volume of unit cell. Volume of unit cell we have established here. So 4R cube. Here is nothing but 4R cube square root 3 into 1.63. Here is nothing but 1.63. So this comes out to be equal to 4 get cancels here. R cube get cancels. Remains 2 pi. 2 pi divided by 3 comes to the denominator. 3 square root 3 here into 1.63. 1.63. And if you calculate this, it comes out to be 0.74. It comes out to be equal to 0.74. It means 70% space is occupied by the atoms in the unit cell, while remaining 0.28 is empty. So also we have determined this is the EPF, atomic packing factor of the HCP. In case of the FCC also, we have determined atomic packing factor as, and it is found to be equal to 0.74. So the atomic packing factor of the FCC and the SCP structures are same. So you have to remember that here the atomic packing factor of the SCP structure and the FCC structure are the same. So we have seen the 5 parameters of the SCP structure: total number of atoms per unit cell, relation between that is constant and the radius of the atom, coordination number. Then we have seen the C by A ratio, and fifth is nothing but atomic packing factor. So we have seen SC, FCC, BCC and HCP structures, and also we have determined in the future lectures all these parameters. If you have any difficulty, you have to contact me. Okay, thank you very much.